By the end of this video series, you will know everything you need to know about Tailwind CSS. And in this video, I will tell you what is Tailwind and how you can set it up in your React project. Now let me give you a simple definition of Tailwind CSS. Tailwind CSS is a collection of small little classes that you write together to create your design for your website. You might say that is exactly somewhat like Bootstrap, right? Well, no, because if I have to go to Bootstrap and let's say if I want to create a button in Bootstrap, then I'll just write two classes, btn and then btn primary. If I have to create the same primary button in Tailwind, then I use different classes together to get the same effect. Meaning, I'll use different classes, like for example, I'll give my background blue, text white, then give some amount of padding, then give the rounded corners and give it a hover effect to create that button, which gives me more freedom to make this button however I like. Let's say in Bootstrap, if I have to make a button, these are the only button options I have. In Tailwind, I can tailor-make my buttons. For example, let's say in my button I don't want rounded corners, then I can have that. Let's say my primary button's color is not blue, it's actually cyan, then I can have that. So that is the difference between Bootstrap and Tailwind. Tailwind, in layman's term, is a collection of small little classes which you use together to make your design without writing mostly any CSS code. With that said, now let's set up our project. Now let's set up our React project and set up Tailwind CSS in that React project. So first of all, let me create a folder called Tailwind Tuts. Inside this, I'm going to right click and open it with my VS Code. Now, once we do that, I'm going to press Control tilde, which is a button next to your one. So Control tilde, it's going to bring out our terminal. You can bring it out our terminal like this, but I did that. Now, with that said, now I'm going to create our React app. So npx create React app, and let's call it Tailwind Learning Tutorial. So when you hit enter, it's going to take some time. While this happens, you can listen to some music. Now that our React project has been set up, I am going to cross this, and inside our folder I'm going to go inside that React project and then open it up in our code. Now here I need to remove some of the files as well as some lines of code. So in my app.js, first of all, remove this header. We don't need this class name, but just keep that class name there like this and replace it with hello world. I'm just gonna keep an exclamation. Okay, hello world. So first of all, let me try and run this program. So npm start. So the project looks something like this. Let me just make it a little bit more smaller. All right, so Now I'm going to remove many other things which are not needed in this project. For example, like this logo.svg, not needed, so I'm going to delete this as well. Then this app.css, this is also not needed, so I'm going to remove this as well because we're going to use Tailwind, so that is not needed. I'm going to remove this. Hit save. Everything is still working. This app test, not needed. I'm going to remove that as well. This index.css is needed, but the code inside is not needed, so remove that as well. Index.js is needed, but these two are not needed, so you can just delete them. And then it will say there's a problem because in index.js we are calling those functions. We don't need to call them, so remove them. Remove it from here. Remove. Okay, I think that is all the things that is needed to remove. Once it's done, you'll see hello world in this font. After this, now we will set up our Tailwind CSS. So for that, let me make this bigger. Go to Tailwind, tailwindcss.com. This is the page. Then go to docs, documentation. And in here, if you want to set it up normally, you do it like this. But in our case, we're going to set it up through a framework because we are setting it up in our project, our React project. We have to go into framework guides and then go down here into create React app. Once we click here, this is a 4 to 5 step process. Just copy and paste. So first step we have already done. We have already created our project. Then we are inside our project, which is great. I'm going to create another terminal. Here I will start installing VS Code. So I'm going to make it easier for you guys. All right, so our first job is done. We have created our React project. Now here, just copy this to install Tailwind CSS post CSS on auto fixer. You don't have to worry what they are, just install them and Tailwind CSS will work perfectly fine. So I just copied and pasted here and I'm going to hit enter. After this got installed, you will see Tailwind config. Go there, then replace these line of code with these line of code. So I'm just going to copy it here and paste it, hit save, and now finally go to your index.css and copy and paste this here. Once you do that, our project now has Tailwind installed. If I go here, and if this, by the way, I think I have to wait, hold on. Okay, now once we have done that, if it doesn't work, please restart your project. So npm start, and if you see the font has changed, then it is working. And if you want to test it out, what you can do is try writing something like text to Excel. Yes, it works perfectly. So in the next video we will talk about colors, how to change them, and how you can add your own colors or add any of your own styles in our Tailwind configs.js. It's gonna be fun, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked the video. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, and the next video will come out in like 2 days. With that said, again, thank you for watching.